I'm going to ask everyone to raise their hand if they own a home or other real estate. So raise your hand, please. And I want people who, keep your hands up, come on, like Simon says. And if you rent, if you pay rent, I'd like you to raise your hand. Okay, so let's keep, it should be just about everybody. So keep your hands up just for a minute until I ask the next question. How many of you would like to pay higher rent? Put your hand up. How many of you would like to pay higher property taxes? Anybody? No, of course not. Why should we have to pay more taxes because of government's voracious appetite for our money? I'm talking about Proposition 13. Proposition 13 is the bedrock for the real estate industry in California. It was enacted to keep homeowners in their homes and also to keep governments out of our wallets. And I don't know about you, but the bills I hate paying the most during the year are property taxes and income taxes. Because when we look around, at least in my neighborhood, I really don't get that much for it. And I'm glad to chip in, and I'll do my part. If that's what the law says, I'll do it because I'm a DA and I'm not going to break the law. But it really sits badly with me when time and again they try to get more tax money out of us. And last year, in the legislature, these people elected to represent us, there were 7 separate bills where they tried to weaken the protections of Proposition 13. Proposition 13 is what keeps down property taxes for us. In Scranton, Pennsylvania, I read an article that they're having severe budget problems there because it's Scranton, Pennsylvania, and people are moving away. And so the way the government decided to balance their budget was they raised trash fees and property taxes by 60%. That's 60. Can you imagine that in 1 year? I would be paying out, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000 more than I already do. And for what? If my property on my house, if the value goes up or it goes down, does it make any difference in my pocketbook at the end of the year? Do I get more money when it goes up? If I live on the house? No. So why should the government get more money if it goes up? So we need to protect Proposition 13, and that's one of the reasons I'm running for Los Angeles County Assessor. Another reason is because of a man named John Noguez. He's our current assessor. Now, Mr. Noguez was elected just back in 2010, and the job of the assessor for LA County is to make sure all of the property is fairly valued, and it's accurately valued. Well, Mr. Noguez got in there, and I'll cut to the end of the story. He's been indicted on over 40 felony counts of embezzlement, fraud, and taking bribes to lower people's property taxes. So he took our money and gave it to his co-conspirators. They paid less, so we paid more, and it has cost us millions and millions of dollars. I think it's time we changed. We need the right people in the assessor's office and the right people in government. And what would you say if I told you you could vote for somebody who has put his life on the line protecting us? Somebody who volunteers helping children, and somebody who will be a watchdog who protects us and protects Proposition 13. I'm John Morris, and that's why I'm running. I've been an LA County prosecutor for 23 years, almost 24 years now. That's why I have white hair. I also have 4 kids. That's going to get me in too. At the district attorney's office, I had been a civil attorney doing real estate law as an attorney in the law department for about 4 years. And I was making good money, but I wasn't making a difference for us. So I took a pay cut of about 1/3, and I joined the district attorney's office. And it was one of the great decisions of my life because I found my purpose, which is to make our community a better and safer place to live. And I didn't just take any assignments. I took some of the most dangerous assignments to do it. I worked in the hardcore gang division for 9 years, prosecuting gang murders. And I have tried over 220 criminal trials. I have put dozens of violent criminals in prison for the rest of their lives. And as it relates to the assessor's office, I was the head of one of the largest fraud divisions in the entire state, and under my leadership, we more than tripled the number of our criminal prosecutions. That was in less than 2.5 years. So, at the assessor's office, we have fraud. I'm a fraud DA. We have a problem with integrity, and we have a problem with breaking the law. I've been a prosecutor with keeping out of trouble for over 2 decades. We have a real estate issue problem, and I have 4 years of real estate experience. And I know that for all of us in this room, I could break society into two general areas. There's the politicians who want our money, and then there's the rest of us who want to keep it. So that's why Proposition 13 is important to me personally, because quite frankly, I bought at the bottom of the market, and if I got reassessed to its full value, it would probably tax me out of my house because I'm on a government salary. I like where I live. I want to keep my house. And it's a far worse situation for people on fixed incomes, and especially senior citizens who actually are in terror of losing the protections of Proposition 13. But what I have seen over and over again in government, when was the last time they said, we have too much money and we're going to give it back to you? On the other end of the spectrum, how often do they say, we have all these tremendous needs, we need more money, which would be great if they actually were a good steward of our money, but when was the last time you heard Sacramento did a really bang-up job at saving our dollars? No. The cynical side of me tells me that the reason they want more of their money is because the job of a typical politician is to get reelected. So they take our tax dollars and they dole it out to their friends and family and their campaign supporters so they can get reelected. It's a cynical view, but I think if you keep abreast of what's in the news, you'll see it over and over again. Me? I don't care about money. I don't particularly care about getting elected, other than the fact that I want to be the assessor to clean up that office and to fix it. That's what I've done at the district attorney's office since about 2006. I've been the cleanup man and the fix-it man, where they put me in one division after another that was broken, and I fixed it. I actually, to prove that I'm not in this for the money or glory, when this story broke in the newspaper, I went to the Board of Supervisors and the Chief Executive Officer. I delivered to each of them a letter stating, I will take a leave of absence from the DA's office. I will clean up the assessor's office, and then I'll go back to the fraud division of the DA's office. And by the way, I don't want any extra pay, because I just wanted to fix the problem. And of course, the reason I'm here is, you can tell they kissed me out and said, no thank you. Instead, they brought in the head of the Beaches and Harbor Department to try to fix the problem. I think since the problem was fraud, they should have brought in a fraud prosecutor, but apparently minds can differ. So that's my campaign. We're doing very well as in the progress of the campaign. We're working hard, but quite frankly, I'm here because I need your help. We need a watchdog who's going to protect us, and a watchdog who's going to protect Proposition 13. I'll clean up that office, but I can't do it alone. I need your help in many ways. I need you to do something as little as like John Morris for Assessor on Facebook. That helps get the word out. I need you to vote for me. I need you to get your friends and family to vote for me too. And like with every political campaign, I'm not Meg Whitman. I can't finance this alone. I have put in over $20,000 of my own money to make a difference. I'm going to need your help too. So what we put on the tables is, number one, something about the campaign so you can realize the gravity and the seriousness of what has happened in the assessor's office and how, quite frankly, we've all been cheated terribly by what happened. And I've also put on the tables these contribution envelopes, which would be, and politicians always walk around with, I need your help. Even if it's $5, I need you to help out my campaign because, quite frankly, we are in the same boat. You will never get anyone who will work harder for you to protect your interests and protect your rights. But I can't do it alone. I hope you'll vote for me, I hope you'll help me, and I hope that you will help me in my campaign to clean up government, and especially the assessor's office. All right? Lauren? Thank you, everybody.
So we've got envelopes at all the tables, and if you didn't get one, we've got more at this head table over here. He really needs your help, folks. He's awesome. He's been helping with the fraud task force for a number of years. He's actually one of our movie stars, so we're really very honored to have him on this campaign.